Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for both the collective and the individual life path numbers for March 2022. As with all of these monthly videos, it's very important that you listen to the part for the collective because we are each a part of the collective. And that energy is what's really going to be potent during this time. And so it ties in with your individual life path number. That's why I don't put timestamps. This, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. I have also just recently started offering one-to-one, face-to-face over Zoom life path coaching with numerology. If this is something that you're interested in, this is an opportunity for a 1-hour session where we dive in deeply into your numerology chart to discuss anything you want to discuss that you're currently facing or that may be coming up for the future for you. If that's something that you're interested in, just book some time with me. I would absolutely love to meet you face-to-face and to work with you in that way. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the energies for March. So March ushers in the universal cycle of the 9 energy. During this cycle, we can find that we're able to think more abstractly and not quite so rigidly when it comes to our belief systems and how we move through the world. 9 energy is that of the humanitarian. It's an energy that honors self while also bringing in service towards others. So by opening our minds and our hearts, we can begin to see things from a broader perspective where greater, more elevated solutions lie. Aligned 9 energy sets out to bring people together with an emphasis on equality and justice for all. It's an energy of no one being left behind because if someone is struggling, ultimately we're all struggling in some way. So where we can find ways to coexist while doing no harm, then we're able to be a part of the greater circle. If one is being pushed out from that circle, it creates a gap that in one way or another, we all end up feeling, especially energetically. So 9 energetic cycles help us to find ways to do our individual part for the greater good, for the collective, and to bridge the gap, which I think now more than ever, we could use this energy. So it's beautiful energy, especially for March, especially for this time in history. So definitely work with it the best that you can throughout the month and always, but it's very potent this month. This is also a completion cycle, so it can indicate attainment, things coming to fruition from past efforts, such as rewards, earnings, return of investments. This is going to be a situation where you've put in the effort previously and now you're seeing those things again coming to fruition or coming to closure, and it can be closure that's abrupt or it can be closure that you're just kind of tying up that bow really nicely and moving on to the next thing. It can also indicate things falling away so that new seeds can begin to grow, creating a greater foundation for your future cycles. Similar to when we sort of lose our baby teeth as children so that our adult teeth can come in, shedding what no longer works or no longer supports us for something that does. Though this isn't the best energy for sort of starting anything big or new, it's more of a time for setting the intentions and making the preparations for this cycle to begin, right? So this cycle can feel somewhat busier than normal with a lot of added responsibilities being added to your plate. You can see a tremendous amount of inspirations and ideas, psychic and intuitive downloads coming in for you now. Pay extra attention to your dreams at this time and any kind of, again, visions that you have, ideas, inspirations. Now, this isn't necessarily, like I said, this isn't the cycle where we would necessarily take action on those inspirations or those big ideas. Although, we have to go with what comes up for us. So if life dictates that you need to take action, then take action. Don't let this sort of prevent you from doing that. But this isn't the most supportive energy for big ideas taking root when we take action on them just yet. This is the time for the sort of the incubation period, the ideas coming in, sort of exploration of those ideas and those inspirations, and maybe planning and deciding how we want to take action on these ideas. And then in the months that follow, then taking those big risks, those big inspired action, right? So this is going to be a time again to really sink into the more ethereal, sink into the inspirations, the ideas, the dreams. The dreams are going to be coming in very vividly, very strongly for those of you that are especially sensitive to that. You could notice that, again, your intuitive powers are even stronger during this time. You could notice that, again, your psychic powers are much more profound at this time, much more vivid. So pay attention to that. A lot of times that can hold messages. So we just need to be open to it, take note of it, and then revisit it down the road if we need to. So this is not going to be a cycle where self-serving or overly self-indulgent endeavors be supported. Instead, broad compassion, kindness, understanding, and more evolved actions are the ones that will gain the most traction. Friendships and relationships of all kinds can prosper and grow during this time, especially those that hold a similar vision for the greater good. So pay attention to who enters your sphere at this time, your reality, your experience, or who re-enters your life now. They could play a key role in the journey ahead. So be open to who you meet and the messages that they hold and the wisdom that they've come to share. This could be very important for your journey forward. Be mindful not to sort of cling to or get overly attached to experiences, people, or emotions that have run their course and that need to be released. Replaying events or stories in your head only to beat yourself up with them aren't allowing you to move forward into a sort of greener pastures, right? We may need to sort of shovel the manure every now and then, but we certainly don't need to sit in it. So extract the wisdom, release the person, place, or thing with an open heart and with gratitude for their contribution, and move along. There's much more adventure to be had beyond the self-created gates that we often create for ourselves, right? Release that stagnant energy and look forward to the future with joy and high expectation for what awaits you around the next corner, for what you'll create from these big ideas, these big dreams, these big inspirations that could be coming in for you during this cycle. This is incredibly beautiful, ethereal, creative energy, and just a time again for exploration on the softer side of things. So definitely embrace it to the best of your ability. Again, the energy can be present. It's always what we choose to do with it that makes the difference. Okay, on to the life path number. Life path number 1. So I pulled Zebra Spirit for you all for the month of March, and this is so perfect for 1 energy. I love this. So first and foremost, the message from Zebra is let go of your fear. So anything that you've been holding on to or that has been stopping your progress, and that strictly comes back to your own fear around being good enough, feeling like you're able to do whatever this is, feeling like you're able to step outside of that comfort zone, or whatever the case may be, whatever fear keeps coming up and surfacing for you, this is going to be a month to really just face that and find a way to deconstruct that fear and move beyond it. This is going to be a month to really step into that power. There's some things, there's some things in life where fear is needed to keep us from going down that path, right? Like if there's actual fear to our physical body, our, mental health, whatever, right? There's sometimes, we obviously have to listen to the body. If something is surfacing, it's an indicator to pay attention, right? So honor that. But as you take a closer look at that fear, deconstruct it. See, okay, what's the worst case scenario if this were to happen? What would this look like? What would I do? What are my options, right? By deconstructing the fear, we soothe the ego. So we're able to logically decipher whether or not this is a real fear that we need to face in this moment, or if this is sort of a perceived fear that we are creating a story around that's sort of halting our progression forward. And so this month, any fear that comes up for you around whatever you want to do, around relationships, around self, whatever, this is an opportunity to take some time and spend some time with it, get to know it, right? Like figure it out. And if it's something you need to address it. If it's something that's more of a story that you've created in your head, then you can deconstruct it and overcome it. The other thing I love about zebra energy for ones is when you look at a zebra, it obviously is very different from many other animals, right? It's black with those white stripes. It's very unique and it stands out from the crowd. So I really think it's important to drive that home with one energy, because ones at their core are meant to stand out from the crowd. They're meant to be unique. They're meant to be different. They're meant to do things differently, think outside the box, right? They're not meant to fit in. What I also love about zebra energy is there's something I read about the stripes with zebra. When they run, it actually, the way that it creates almost like an optical illusion for their prey, for their predators, and it confuses the predator. So you could almost take this metaphorically to say, if there's somebody who, is trying to talk you out of doing something that you feel passionate about, somebody who's sort of tearing down or trying to dismantle your dreams, or trying to make your journey that much more difficult, don't let them, be your predator. Just move forward, because that movement forward will confuse them and will leave them in your dust. You see what I'm saying? Like, as ones, you already have enough self-doubt. You already have enough that, around either, however it comes up in life, because we're all individuals. But for ones, there's just this sort of added element of the self-doubt, just because, again, it's a more independent energy. So my point being, just embody zebra this month. Don't listen to anybody's sort of negativity that's trying to hold you back, that's trying to put you down, that's trying to, that doesn't believe in what you're capable of. They don't need to believe in what you're capable of. There will be people who will believe in you, and you just need one, right? And even if that one person is yourself, go with it, run with it. You are unique, and we need your unique gifts, especially now. So this month, just embody zebra spirit as much as possible and let go of the fears. At least honor them, look at them, face them, and overcome them. Okay, so when I look at the month ahead for you all, for the energy, this is beautiful energy. You've got, at the beginning of the month, something from the past potentially coming in, something that sort of maybe needs to be dealt with. There's something around communication here. There's something around clarity coming in from something around the past. This can be about like past endeavors that you've taken on. Maybe they didn't work, right? One energy is a lot about trial and error. And so there may be something that comes up for you that you attempted in the past, but the timing wasn't right, or you didn't have the resources or whatever. And now all of a sudden something's coming in that's letting you sort of pick it back up and run with it. There's a lot of clarity coming in around this. This can be communication around relationships. This can be around clarity around, again, your own journey and sort of the path that you're on, and how you can step into your own uniqueness and how you can embrace that. But a lot of clarity, that's just the word that keeps coming in, is a lot of clarity. Again, open communication. I feel like the clouds are parting, the blue skies are coming in. It's just this very supportive energy. So I feel like whatever's coming in is, again, here coming in to support you. So this could also be someone from your past coming in, that, again, maybe the situation wasn't really conducive for working together, for partnering, for whatever, for open discussion about whatever this is. And now the time is right. It's a lot, the ground is much more fertile now to start having those conversations, to start working through whatever you need to work through. So there's definitely someone, something, or some kind of communication coming in at the beginning of March that will feel really good for you. This is supportive energy. And this is like, if you felt like you were like in a fog, this is like the fog breaking. And so you're able to see much more clearly. Mid-month, we have beautiful, beautiful energy of, again, just new opportunities, big ideas coming in for you. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention to your dreams, to the inspirations and the ideas that come in for you. They might feel so big in left field, but that's perfect. If the bigger and the weirder and the more unique, the better when it comes to one energy. So whatever ideas, whatever opportunities, just whatever comes in for you that sparks an interest, that ignites that passion and that fire from within, write it down at least. Even if you don't take action on it just yet, write it down. Because I feel like whoever this is that comes in for you, whatever this is that comes in for you, the ideas, opportunities, etc., is going to be significant. Now, of course, this is a general reading, so it may not be relevant for everyone, but this is big energy. This is, again, these big ideas coming in. So pay attention to the dreams, pay attention to the people who enter your awareness, pay attention to the animals that enter your awareness, because again, our animal friends will have some kind of message for us if they enter our awareness. So dreams, just pay attention to what people say to you that sort of gives some kind of a charge, good and bad, right? Because there may be a deeper message there for you that will assist you on your journey forward. Big, big, big energy. But this feels really, really light, as in very, very supportive energy. So it's almost like whoever or whatever comes in for you mid-month is meant to enhance the journey, is meant to, again, be like a missing puzzle piece that you've been waiting on, is meant to be the opportunity that's going to help to propel you forward in the direction you want to be moving into. So very big supportive energy mid-month. This could also sort of start the domino effect for some kind of change in your circumstances, like a new adventure, a new journey that may force you to travel, or I say force, I mean, it doesn't seem like it seems like it's something you would really, really enjoy. So, but it's like gives you the opportunity to explore or expand in a much bigger way. And so this could be like moving overseas even for work, or who knows how this comes in, but it's very big energy. And so very big, very powerful. And again, it's always what we do with it, but I don't think this is going to be energy that you can miss. I think it's going to be very, very, very apparent. So incredible energy for ones coming in mid-month. And also I will mention that with this big energy, when big things like this come in for us, especially things that we don't feel ready for, things that we feel are bigger than us, that imposter syndrome can come in real quick like. So this is where Zebra Spirit, I think, is going to really help you mid-month to face those fears, face that imposter syndrome, face why you feel like you're not worthy or you're not good enough for this, whatever this is. Because as a one, you came fully equipped to create almost pretty much anything you put your mind to, no matter how left field. You just need to find the resources and the people or whatever to make it happen. But there's kind of like with one energy, there's no idea that's too far-fetched or too big. You just have to be persistent and continue to follow that dream if that's what you want. Okay, and then end of the month, there's something here that feels very emotionally gratifying. So I don't know if this is like you saying yes to whatever comes in for you mid-month and you're feeling really, really good about that, or if something transpires that just makes you feel really, really good. Because remember, with 9 energy, it could be like something coming to completion, but not necessarily like in like a abrupt or traumatic way, but like just like you being able to tie that bow up nice and move on to the next thing. But there's something very emotionally gratifying with whatever this is. This could be like taking a relationship to another level. This could be, meeting somebody that has you feel a strong connection with. Something here around emotions that feels incredibly beautiful. So this could be like you really getting in touch with your own emotions and, getting in control of your own emotions, not suppressing, but getting in control of them to where they no longer control you, to where you have, you're at the helm of that ship. So beautiful energy just all throughout March for ones. And this is also this energy of making sure that, especially at mid-month, that you try not to second guess yourself, especially if it feels if it feels aligned with your heart and spirit, right? So yeah, this is incredible energy for March for you all. There's going to be a lot about you being open to what comes in and saying yes to what's coming in if you feel aligned with it, or if it sparks some kind of like, again, positive reaction type thing. So beautiful energy for you all, ones. I hope it's a powerful month. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.